1,
No. Now go.
1,
2,
3,
4, 5,
6, 7,
8. Hold on, my fingers count. Okay. Wait.
Okay. Blood is thicker than water. Physically, yes, that is true. But what about emotionally? I want to start off by telling you the story of a young woman named Lisa Harper. I had the privilege of listening to her testimony about what God was doing in her life through the adoption process. She was a single woman in her 40s who was looking for a child to adopt. She had already tried to adopt 2 different children and had lost both. It took her 7 years to find her baby, and her baby's name was Missy. Missy is from Haiti, and her mother died when she was just 2 years old. Missy was HIV positive and had tuberculosis. The doctors were saying that there was no point in getting your hopes up and putting time and money into this child because she was just going to die. But Lisa took a chance on her, even when she didn't even know her yet. Now Missy is 10 and she lives in Nashville, Tennessee with her mama, Lisa, and they enjoy every moment together. So I ask you this question again, is blood really thicker than water? For most people, that statement is hard to understand. Many people say, how can you love a child that isn't even yours that much to where it feels like they are your own? And this baffles some people from time to time, but adoption is a very complex process. But it is full of benefits for the adoptee and the adoptive parents or parent. What exactly is adoption? According to adoption.org, adoption is legally taking a parental responsibility of a child and raising the child like your own. Sounds easy, right? You just pick a kid, raise it, and life goes on. If only life was really that simple. When adoption is defined, it sounds like a piece of cake, but that is far from the case. You don't get to just pick a child. It's not that simple, and the adoption process itself does take time, and by time I mean lots. But some say the longer they've waited, the more they have appreciated. Myra Robbins states that there are more than 100,000 children orphans in the U.S. foster care. So you can understand why it might take some time. Now that you understand that adoption isn't always the easiest thing to do and is way more complex than what others make it out to be, we can now move on to the benefits of adopting a child. A family is a group who love and support you regardless. They're your backbones at times. They teach you how to love and how to be loved. This leads to the most important benefit of adoption, the gain of a real family. Could you imagine not having your family? Another major benefit of adoption is education. Some of the kids that you can adopt are 7 years old and don't even know the simple task of math and reading. They have never been to school a day in their life. Education is key in our society today, and every child deserves an equal chance in this world. Now to the benefits of the adoptive parents and parent. Like I said before, adopting a child is not only beneficial for the child, but also beneficial for the parents. Lisa said that when she first got into the adoption process, she really didn't know what she was getting herself into. She had never been a mother and had never had kids of her own. But she said that God put into her heart to adopt a child, and Missy was her blessing in disguise. Because through Missy, Lisa became a mother and found her self-worth in life. Sometimes adopting a child saves you and them. They learn something they never knew about themselves, and that is an awesome experience. So I ask you this one more time. Is blood still thicker than water?